Hi guys, welcome to Nine Links. This is your host Alex. Today, actually, I want to show you has been a spider mite, a little bit of outbreak down here. Not on the plants, it's attacking the war sorrel. See, that's one thing about the war sorrel is that it's good to put in the pots. They attract, not attract, but when the bugs attack, they will most likely to attack them first. They're kind of like a scapegoat for the plants. Like for example, these are wood sorrels here. These ones are actually pretty healthy. The reason it died is because the figs roots taking too much down below. It's very root bounded, so it's not getting enough water through them. Because figs, they absorb water like crazy too. So these wood sorrels still growing, but not much. And I trimmed it a little bit too. But anyway, the outbreak occurs on the spider mites on my cymbidium plants right here. As you can see, the wood sorrels over here is all dried, and if you look closely enough, ignore the bubble. I just spray with the soap water. You see, like this leaf, for example, you see, it's very spotty, and there are a lot of white spots, white dots. It just doesn't look like healthy leaves at all. The reason I noticed today is I usually turn this side towards the windows, and I usually water from this side. So like go around it. I usually don't pay much attention. So as I do the plant maintenance, inspection, what you call it, and I come down here, I notice, wow, all the leaves on this side is not doing well, and on other sides they're not doing well too, but not as much as over here. It's obvious. So I took a look at the leaves. Oh wow, there are a lot of spider mites actually. And the funny thing is, spider mites typically don't attack cymbidium because of its leaves and stuff. It just, especially this one, the leaf is very, very hard. I don't think they can punch through the leaves. I'm pretty sure there are different kind of spider mites that does damage to the cymbidiums, but so far this is a red spider mites we're talking about, and it's been attacking all the most of the wood sorrels down here. So like, let me show you like this leaves I showed you earlier right here. It's very spotty. Now compared to the healthy leaves over here on the figs, you can see it's very green, very syrupy like that. So what I did was I kind of spread light diluted dish soap with hot water, warm water. So I kind of spread around. Any plant has a wood sorrel in it. I kind of spread around like this one. If you can look at this, it's not. This one is still fine, but you can see some of the leaves are actually turning pale and have a lot of little dots in it. So there are spider mites. Now, how do you see spider mites? Well, it's very hard actually. I do it because I know right away because I have experience with them before. And let me show you. I don't know if I can zoom it in enough. I cut a lot of them off and put in the trash. And I took some out just to show you guys. Like this one is perfect example right here. Let me see if I can focus, okay? I'm using a magnifying glass. See if I can. Right here. You see that little red? Sorry, it's I'm using an iPhone camera on top of a magnifying glass. Let's see if I can get it. There. Where'd it go? Can you see that? On the leaves all damaged. And if you look close enough, let me see. I think. Here, let me just take this piece out by itself. So by looking at it, like for example, if you're looking at it like this, you see two little dots and some white little specks on there. Those white ones are the eggs, and they've been hatched. So let me see if I can get it. Okay, all right, gotcha right there. Do you see the? Well, anyway, the if you look close enough, I think I used the. Let's see, flip it over and see. There you go, that's better. Okay, I think that's better. You see that red dot right there? If you look close enough, sorry, my iPhone can't zoom out that much. But that red one is spider mite. I'll put a picture of spider mite over there. As you can see, there are 3 spider mites on here, and those white things are their eggs. Sometimes they hatch already, so eggshell. Anyway, you get rid of this before it gets to my other plant. Now, for the first time gardener, plant collectors, you probably say, "Oh God, now what did I do? I brought the spider mites indoor." You know what? Let me tell you this: scale spider mites, mealybugs, they are always exist, and you never know when they can attack. Now, you need to know the severity of the infestation and how to take care of them. For me, been collecting plants for this many years. I see them all the time. All right, it's not really a problem. There are a couple things you can do to reduce the spread, reduce the population. That's all you could do. You cannot eliminate them 100%. That's the way it is. All right. It's just like human sickness. You can't really reduce flu every flu season. You can't really reduce 100% of everybody to make it flu less, I guess. You could try, take good practice, and minimize the exposure. Same thing here. There's an infestation down here, and as you can see, I went up. I see that little purple bottle. Just load it up with a little soap. Doesn't have to be precise, just a little bit of soap, and the majority is just water diluted. Now, why you use soap? The spider might have soft tissue body. When the soap water gets on them, they basically burn them alive. It takes some time for them to. I think if I remember correctly, someone told me they breathe through their shells and stuff. So when they have soft shell, you spray it on them, they dry up and cause damage to them, and they'll die. Okay, that's a basic way of killing them. And can you kill them 100%? No. But can you prevent them from further spreading to your plants and stuff? Yes. And would I be worried about if they killed all the wood sorrels and start moving up to the plants? Maybe, but not that scared anymore. See, I used to have a jasmine officina, what we call it, winter jasmine. It has a lot of scales and some spider mites too, just a little bit. What I did was, like, for example, if I were to spot some spider mites on these leaves, let's just say, for example, I don't think the red spider mite will come up to get these leaves. It's too hard. I would wet a piece of towel and cut them into smaller pieces and soak them in rubbing alcohol, not like very strong one, and then just go to the leaf and just wipe them up. Wipe them each leaf at a time. Yeah, it's a very tedious process to do, but that's how you keep your plant alive and prevent them from spreading. Now, it'll be a different story if the worsaw's all dead and let's say, for example, on this jasmine, sorrel's all dead and the spider might move up to the leaves, and because let's for example, okay, which I don't do that. Let's say I don't inspect down here daily or weekly. Now, a month later, and I know a lot of web are forming. Spider mites webs are very tiny, you can see it right away. It's not like a regular spider web. Regular spider web, well, that's why they call it spider mites. Actually, they're not spider, they're just family of mites. They are the regular spider's web, it's very loose and very big. And the spider mites web is like tiny, very, very tiny. They all cluster together, and you can see right away when you look at the web, there are a lot of tiny creatures crawling around in there. So that's if there is an infestation like that, I will most likely, instead of going in and wipe them clean, for example, if this branch were to affect the spider mites, I'll just cut it off and throw it away. Unless it's a small plant, I cannot afford to cut them off, then I had to go in using rubbing alcohols and stuff to wipe it out and clean it, and then come by daily and inspect it and clean it again. So this is how you do it. These pests are always there. And when you brought your plants indoor, all plants, no matter what kind of plants, they'll experience a shock. And also, indoors tend to be drier climate. Spider mite loves dry condition, and they don't have a natural predator inside your basement, like my basement. most of the time when they're outside, ladybugs, larvae and stuff will eat them for lunch or dinner or whatever. But in here, there are no natural predators. So that's why scales, mealybugs, aphids, they tend to love when you bring the plants indoor or in general indoor plants. Now, will the spider mite cause harm to human body? No, I don't think so. I never have a problem with it. Just the plant itself. And they love attacking the weak plant first, the plant that's stressed out the most. So when you have a plant brought indoor and suddenly realize you have a lot of scales or insect attacking that plant most likely is experiencing a lot of stress. So you clean it up, you do a good care of taking it into a newer spot, see if it's like it better that way. But overall, I think this red spider mite outbreak down here is not that big a deal. I just want to show you guys how to take care of it and not to be, alarmed by this. It happens and it's just natural process. And don't worry about it. Just get soap water, reduce their population, get it under control. By the next year, spring comes around, when you bring the plant outdoor, the outdoor will take care of it automatically. Bugs will come by, friendly bugs will visit you. Lacewing will come by, lay eggs, and the aphids, lions, they will run wild on your plants, eating all those stuff. I'm not saying if there's infestation, you shouldn't take care of it. Take care of it, reduce population, get it under control. When you put the plants outdoor, don't worry as much. Okay, all right. This just a small outbreak video. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. If you like the video, click like, and if you have similar problem, you want extra help, just type the question below, and I'll be more than happy to help you. Okay, all right, take care.